Hello everyone, I am Sneha, pursuing BA Honours Political Science at Janki Devi Memorial College, University of Delhi. The topic of my presentation is India as an Emerging Superpower, an Analytical Study. The term superpower is often associated with the countries having immense military strength, economic dominance, and technological advancement, also political influence. Historically, we have seen United States and the Soviet Union as the two superpowers during the Cold War eras. After the Soviet collapse, the US remained the sole global power. But today, this is shifting towards multipolar order, where nations like China and India are gaining prominence. So, the key question here comes that can India be the next superpower? To explain this, we need to analyze India's strengths, weaknesses, and position in global politics. In this presentation, we will analyze the position of India along with its challenges, a comparative study with US and China, and a roadmap followed by conclusion. Here are the world's top 10 most powerful countries of 2025, sourced from US News and World Report. US ranked 1 whereas the China ranked 2 and India at 12. This has been classified on the basis of some attributes such as leadership, economic strength, political influence, strong international alliances, and military capabilities. To critically assess India's path to superpower status, we must look at it through various theoretical perspectives. The first one is realism. The well-known thinkers are Hans Morgenthau, Kenneth Walls, and John Marshall. The core argument here is that it focuses on military power and strategic cooperation. Neoliberalism suggests that the global power structure determines India's rise. For example, India's military modernization, nuclear deterrence, and defense alliances with US, Russia, France, and Israel suggest a realistic power-seeking approach. The second is soft power theory, whose proponent is Joseph Nye, and its core argument highlights India's cultural, diplomatic, and technological influence. For example, Bollywood movies are widely popular in Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and even parts of China. Yoga and Indian spirituality are integrated into global wellness culture. Lastly, dependency theory, whose key thinkers are Andre Gunder Frank and Samir Amin. Its core argument is that it questions whether India can truly be independent or if it still relies too much on the foreign technology, trade, defense, and imports. For example, India is the world's largest arm importer, relying on Russia for S-400 missiles, on France for Rafale jets, and on US for Apache helicopters. Each of these perspectives gives us a different way of understanding India's trajectory. According to Clyde V. Petrovich Jr., the 21st century will be the Indian century. Also, according to Goldman Sachs report, the next 50 years, India will be the fastest growing economy due to its large workforce and wide consumer market. In contemporary times, India is trailing behind United Arab Emirates, and it is in the 12th position among the world's most powerful countries in 2025, with the GDP estimated at $3.55 trillion and a population of 1.43 billion. Here are some attributes like political leadership, economic growth, military strength, geopolitical influences, technological advancements, strategic international alliances. These attributes will lead us to classify India as the global superpower. Now, let's discuss the major strengths that position India as a rising global power. So, first is political stability and leadership. India is the world's largest democracy with a stable government and a growing global diplomatic presence. Second, economic growth and influences. Its economy is one of the fastest growing with strong sector in IT, manufacturing and digital innovation. India also has the fourth largest military nuclear capabilities and strategic defense partnership with countries like US, Russia and France. Fourth, geopolitical position and alliances. India is a key player in Quad, which is alliance of US, Japan, Australia and India. Strategic location in the Indian Ocean region. Fifth, technological and space advancement. ISRO's space mission Chandrayaan and Gangayaan are the proven factor of India being a superpower. Sixth, demographic advantages. India has the largest youth population and workforce potential in technology and innovation. As discussed in the previous slides, according to US News, India has been ranked 12 in terms of power and it scores 45.1 in total ranking. To understand India's superpower potential, we must compare it with the two leading global powers, the United States and the China. We are well aware about the US being the superpower. We have always heard about US putting sanctions on the country who are disobeying US-led regulations. The US has maintained its position as the world's dominant power through economic leadership, military alliances like NATO, and technological advancements. It has been ranked on topmost on in terms of power. China has been given the second position in the most powerful countries. It has rapidly expanded its economic and military capabilities, challenging the US in the global influence. Here you can see the graph. According to the US News, China scores 95.8 and holds second position in terms of power. India, while not yet at their level, is emerging as a strong competitor. It has a growing economy, a large military, and a significant global influence. India faces several significant challenges, such as infrastructure is still underdeveloped, with gaps in roads, railways, and urban planning. Second, socio-economic inequality remains high. While some regions are thriving, others suffer from poverty and underemployment. Third, India faces persistent security threat, including border tensions with China and Pakistan, as well as internal security challenges such as insurgents. Fourth, bureaucratic insufficiencies and corruption. This often slows down decision making and reforms. Lastly, India remains dependent on foreign technology and defense imports. Unless these challenges are effectively tackled, India's path to superpower status will remain uncertain. Now, let's discuss about the future trajectory and policy roadmap for the year 2035 to 2050. First is to invest heavily in AI, semiconductor manufacturing, and green energy. Second is to strengthen infrastructure and urban development like smart cities, bullet trains, and logistics. Third is to expand on defense and R&D and cybersecurity, reducing reliance on imports, etc. In conclusion, India's journey to superpower status is complex. While it has enormous potential in terms of economic growth, military strength, and soft power, significant challenges remain. Unlike the US, which become a superpower through military interventions, or China, which relies on state controlled economic expansion, India has a different trajectory, one based on democracy, innovation, and cultural influences. The next few decades will determine whether India rises as a global leader or remains a regional power. Here are the list of references used in the presentation, and thank you so much for watching.